kill me, man! Don't kill me! Don't kill me, man!
I'm not going to kill you. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
Hello everyone, thanks so much for joining me here today as we get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose, I love comic books, I love talking about them, I love sharing them with you. Feel free to follow me on social media if you would like. Links are in the description below. I've also posted a link to the DC fan site that'll have plot synopsis and character bios for this issue. We're looking at Batman 237 from December of 1971. I'm old, but I wasn't born yet. So, I really wish DC would release a Dennis O'Neil Batman collection, because I have to piece his issues together. I truly would love to cover them all at a time, but I have to piece them going through different iterations. So this is with Denny O'Neil, written by Denny O'Neil, and art by Neal Adams with Dick Giordano. The first appearance of the Reaper, who I believe was redone on Batman Year 2. And great striking cover as he's about to get rid of Robin and Batman's going to try to stop him. It's kind of funny. As you grow up, you sort of see, you think that the Demon Saga, because we're used to modern comics where a story arcs, you think the Demon Saga would be a story arc, but it's not. It's pieced together by a bunch of individual stories. But the Demon Saga, we've been sort of covering it, but it's not an all-in-one. So it just kind of skipped around. And Neal Adams didn't draw all of that. Neal Adams has, I believe, drew 2 issues out of the 4 we've covered. So, yeah, so it's just kind of funny how we envision something else. So I love this era. I love how we're kind of getting into the modern era, and at the same time kind of still writers write, and it's something that modern day writers don't do. You just hardly ever see any of these kind of things nowadays. It's just a picture, and I really love these. So it is dark in the Vermont woods this October evening, dark except for the pale, cold glow of a bloated moon shining through branches which pluck at the sky like dead fingers, and a light atop a distant mansion blinking like an eye of blood, blinking, blinking, blinker. And there are sounds, scrapings, rustlings, the whispers of breeze in the brush, or the stirring of shrouds. None is alive to hear. So here we have Batman kind of staked to a tree. Because there is also death in this place. The masked figure of the Batman leans against a birch, unmoving, unbreathing, growing stiff and cold as the dirt, a victim of the night of the Reaper. So here we have Neal Adams and Dick Giordano doing the art, story by Denny O'Neil, from an idea by Bernie Wrightson with an assist from Harlan Ellison. So apparently a bunch of people got together, probably over supper or something. They pitched something, and Denny O'Neil's like, that's a great idea. So he credited everyone. And then Julie Schwartz, it says editor, but I swear to God, I think he was the editor in chief of DC during this time. Rest in peace, absolutely everybody here in this list here. Neal Adams, Dick Giordano, Denny O'Neil, Bernie Wrightson, Harlan Ellison, and Julie Schwartz, all no longer with us. Rest in peace. So we start here with Robin, I believe. I believe this is Robin here. And so it says here, we're in a festival. And so this is a parade, and you can see here by the movements of, and we got people pretending to be superheroes, and Robin is the one wearing the purple here. Um, so they're walking away, and it says Tom lives at the end of this street. Hey, up ahead, a fight. From here, the odds look 3-1. Wonder why they're called floats. This guy's just looking in the back, not even paying attention. And they're beating up this Robin kid. Come on, right behind you, Dick. So, careful, they got blackjacks, and which I think are these things here. So you can see that the well, I think Robin's about to go to college, so I shouldn't even say the kids, but um, they're out, and he he warns his friend about the blackjacks here, but they hit him anyway. So my other buddy isn't doing too well either. I've got to cool these bumps solo. Got to handle them without looking too much like a teen wonder, or my secret identity is blown. So, that's two of the proceedings. Now to tackle the third. And this guy's like, Dick, man. Say, man, did you dig those outside floats? Blast! He stumbled into me, and then he hits the Robin here, and then they run away. I'm dazed, weak, no way to catch the hoods. At least we chased him off. And so he goes, you guys hurt bad? Apart from having brain soggy as Hungarian goulash, no, I'm dandy. And so they grab the Robin guy here. Why'd those cats jump you, fella? I'm not sure. From something they said, I got the impression they thought I was the real Robin. And Dick Grayson says, probably just muggers. Crime is on all kinds of streets these days. And this guy here, hey, where's my roommate? I guess he wandered off during our little brawl. You guys go ahead to the party. I'll search for a Zonky Paul. Okay, Dick. So, Dick actually goes and changes into Robin costume, which I absolutely hate the Robin costume. I hate it. I love in the 90s when they redid it, but boy, the original costume, which lasted far too long, was terrible. I don't for a second believe the Blackjack crew were casual ripoff artists. No, they worked like pros. Something putrid is stinking in Rutland, he says. So, and that's the cue for Robin to scout the scene. So, swiftly, stealthily, the skill of the great Batman himself, the youngster slips through the forest until I just love reading that. So that's why I'm reading it. Normally, for example, when I do the X-Men, by the way, I have a playlist with these Batmans in there. I cover both the 70s version and the 80s version. So, Chris Claremont puts too much. I am covering his X-Men run, so I don't read everything Claremont puts in. But with Denny O'Neil, I don't know. It's sort of kind of fun. So, a figure ahead, a darn familiar figure. Batman, is that you? And oh dear Lord, he's dead. No, this poor guy's been murdered, all right, but he's not the Batman. The costume is cheap, shoddy, must have been rented. He's one of the party goers. And so we can see here someone's feet here. The moonlight's so dim I can't read the ground for the footprints. We may have to wait till morning for clues. But, of course, if he would have turned around, he would have seen. And Robin looks up, and then behind, and his eyes light up here. So, just taking a look one more. So, they sort of drew... oh, no, this is great. I thought he was a balding. I was just checking. I was like, I don't think the dude was bald. So, but suddenly, the Reaper. And so, great splash page here. My goodness. Absolutely great page. And so he tries to take Robin. And you can see here he trips on those rocks there. And he's going to fall over that cliff and takes a tumble and lands in the river. and this guy's like all oblivious. Man, I just gotta find someone to rap with about the floats. So his friend's walking around apparently oblivious to anything. And so suddenly a caped shadow swells from the darkness, the dread Batman. And he's like, heard scuffling from this area. Hard to tell exactly what made that noise with that stream gurgling. And we don't get a reason why he's there. He just happened to be out on patrol in this section. So, Robin, or a kid who could be his double. I pray I'm not too late. So, is it really you? Easy, as Robin says. Easy, lad. Save your strength. I'm taking you to the doctor. And so, Batman grabs Robin and takes him to a doctor. Literally takes Robin to the doctor. That's awesome. So, do you make any sense of the weird stuff going down? Robin asked Batman. I can't explain. The attack on the boy dressed as you, nor the murderer wearing my costume. Is it possible I can her, Batman? So, Doctor. Oh, sorry, Robin, meet Dr. Gruner. He's the reason I'm here. Ja, it's true. You see, young man, I was once an inmate of a Nazi concentration camp. This camp was run by Colonel Kurt Schloss. I've heard of him, the one they call the Butcher. Ja is good name too. Schloss loved to humiliate, torture, and kill. A couple weeks ago, I happened to be in costume shop buying outfit for my daughter's birthday, and I see Schloss. The clerk in the shop tells me he rented him pirate suit addressed on sale slip. Is General Delivery, Rutland, Vermont. I report to the authorities. And Batman says, it's known that Schloss has a passion for masquerade parties. And Robin says, and you expect him to show tonight? And then Robin asks, but how does that explain the fracas on the streets? And the doctor says, for years now, Schloss underlings have tracked him. He left Germany with much gold of the Nazi party. These men would fear Batman and Robin. So the thugs you tangled with may be the Colonel's ex-chums. And so Batman's taken off, and Robin's like, hey, wait for me. Negative, son. You're hurt. You need rest. Stay put. I'll keep you posted. So Batman's always been bossy. So I will mix with the crowd. Seek Schloss. Give a holler if you spot him. A loud holler. Hi, I'm your host, Tom Fagan, he says. Where'd you get that bat costume? It's great, better than mine, and you've got the muscles to go with it. Thanks. I exercise a lot, says Batman. They're shaking hands here. Look at this. This dude's dressed as Thor and Spider-Man. That is awesome. And this guy's still going around here. So, and a guy dressed in a classic. That is cool. So Batman's looking for someone dressed as a pirate. And he goes and says, nothing to do except circulate and hope for a break. So this guy's still going through. Man, that blinking red light at the top of that house is cool. Almost as cool as floats. What is wrong with that guy? Do you dig a floats? Oh. And this guy here is like, ha ha ha, help. So he's getting choked apparently here. Help, there's a skeleton and a body. Where? Show me fast. Stabbed in the heart with a long white blade. The Reaper again. Should I call the police? No, don't say a word to anyone. Just hide somewhere. I will. Believe me, I will. And so, keep in mind, it's still the early 70s. There's still a little bit of campiness with it. It's going to eventually grow out of it. But for now, this is kind of where we're at here. If news of the murder gets out, it'll end the party, and we won't have a chance of nabbing Schloss. And unless brutes like him pay for their crimes, the thing we call civilization is a farce. Odd, the way the light is blinking in a pattern. Of course, short blinks followed by long blinks. Morse code. I remember a flight of black stairs to the roof. So, Batman's running up. I'll say precious seconds by avoiding the crowds in the front. And here, in a darkened cupboard, hidden from the Batman's sight, there is a sudden frightened movement. A partier clad in a colorful pirate's garb steps forth, his gaze riveted on the black man retreating back. At that very instant, the Batman's headlong dash takes him to his quarry. Exactly what I expected to see. He's undoubtedly standing guard, and Batman just clobbers him. You've used your skull smasher enough. And so now he's going to take this ladder. His cohort will be in the cupola above, sending the Morse message. And so, is you, Hans? I am finished shortly. Return to your post. Ha! Not Hans. Whoever you are, you must die. But before the ex-Nazi can trigger his Luger, the light switches off. And so, we got off, on, off. So this is pretty cool. And so Batman punches him here. Good effect. Neal Adams is such a great artist. So the host, Tom Fagan, rigged this blinker setup, adds a nice spooky touch to the proceedings. Those aging goose steppers saw it as an easy way to communicate. But communicate what? My would-be killer can answer that, and he will, Batman says. So you can see him here. He grabs the guy, takes him out, and he says, listen to me, Nazi. I give you a choice. You can talk or... And he's like, I'll talk. I want to know the contents of the message you were sending to your friends in the woods. And the guy here says, we seek revenge on Colonel Skloss for spending Nazi party treasures. We observe him arriving in red automobile. I inform my friend that revenge is complete, but we put bomb in automobile. And so, I love that face. Just, The whir of an engine interrupts the Nazi's recital. Instantly, the Batman whirls, his hands already darting toward his silken rope in his belt. So here, Skloss, get out of there, run. And so it's a little slug bug. It blows up, and Batman lands. He's finally paid, and so Robin comes out. Batman, are you? Oh, sure, just swell, great. 3 men slain, including an innocent bystander whose only fault was wearing my costume. You tell his widow, his orphans, just exactly how great I am. So Robin's like, it wasn't your fault. God, I hate that costume. Anyway, the case is closed. Don't be stupid, kid. Sure, the Nazi booby traps closed, but they had no reason to murder the man dressed as me, nor their own companion. They didn't even know their pal was dead. No, the Reaper is yet to be stopped, and I've got to do it alone. I've never had a task I hated more, he says. So, oh my gosh, Havoc from the X-Men. That is awesome. Oh, DC giving Marvel a nod. Oh my goodness. I'm surprised this got through. So, he's not anywhere in the house. His car is still parked on the road. He must have gone across the field toward the stream, the site of his first killing. And so Batman decides he's going to go over there. And he says, you can't run any farther. You can't escape me or yourself. Then you have guessed my identity, says the Reaper. Of course, those Nazis chasing Skloss, they couldn't have known I was around unless you told them. Yes, after you informed on Skloss, you had a change of heart. You decided on personal vengeance. And you also guess why I told them? Who has better right? My father and mother, my sisters. I saw the butcher empty his pistols into their bodies. I heard him laugh as the blood poured onto the filth of the camp. Who are you to judge me? You who have not witnessed the horror of those days. Still, I awake from sleep screaming. I feel the agony smell of the execution chamber. Listen to the helpless crying of babies. So, oh, goodness gracious. Great panel here. And just riveting here. So in case I guess I didn't tell you, this is, of course, if you can tell, this is the doctor. So the doctor that helped. So Batman says, true, I have no right to judge, neither have you. There's not enough water in that stream to wash the guilt from anyone who presumes to take the life of another. And the doctor says, Bah, this is nonsense. For 25 years, I have borne the burden of my sorrow. Now I am free. I shall remain free. You won't stop me. Doctor, I don't want to fight. To hurt, but the doctor hits the Batman here. He's strong with the strength of madness. Something in me wants to let him go. In him I see some of myself. Like him, I lost my parents to evil. No, his way is wrong. So Batman wrestled a little bit with that. So you can see Batman's chasing him here. I'm telling ya, it's true. It was death. He had a giant sickle and he was all bones. Come on, Alan. You've been half bagged all night. You're just no. Now listen. I saw it. I swear this death guy attacked me, and then Batman jumps out of nowhere, and then everyone's like, "Whoa!" So it must be behind him. So, hey guys, what's up? All of a sudden you believe me. Hey, come on, that story's not that scary. And so, get out of the way, fool. I said, get out of my way. And so he throws him into the reservoir here. You swine, move. He's coming, move. I warned you. Please, mister, for God's sakes. And so, you can see here, he rips off the necklace. And of course, the guy is Jewish. So we got the Star of David here. By the way, look at how many pages was in there. That is awesome. You got your money's worth back then. What have I become? He says. Hey, Mr. Watch It. Doctor, don't step back. Doctor. But he, of course, does step back. And all of a sudden you hear, Chuck. And he has landed. And then we just get the end. We don't get anything except Batman just sort of watching. And I love his face here. So, oof. Batman 237 from 1971. Denny O'Neil, Neal Adams with Dick Giordano. Absolutely wonderful stuff in the early 70s there. Like and subscribe, and I do thank you for listening. Goodbye.